Good morning, Engineering Tech Ed teachers. This is Justin Touchstone, your program quality manager, coming to you and giving you your last program update from me as your program quality manager. I just want to let you guys know that this Friday will be my last Friday with the division. I'm moving back to industry. I'm going to go work for Hanson Rice as a design manager over their industrial design division. So it's been a pleasure serving you for the last 6 years as your program manager. There's lots of things still left to do for ETE, and hopefully the next person will pick up and serve you well and move you guys forward as a division and as a group. But it's been my pleasure, and I wanted you guys to know that. So just a few quick updates from the division, some things to remember. Let me move my slide forward. There we go. Some important dates to remember. We got basics coming up here in September. So be sure to register for those. You'll need to register at Nationals TSA first, so you can register as a chapter within the state. And if you don't have your slate of officers, that's okay. Just bring the kids that you think are the leaders in your group and get on there. You can find information on our website to register for that. February 15th, as you guys go forward, just remember that if you think about developing new programs or adding new pathways this year, February 15th is the due date. And hopefully we will have worked through the legislative session and there'll be some new dollars for programs, for new programs. It's been one of the challenges over the last few years. We'll talk about some grant due dates here in the next slide, and assessments and summer conference information for you guys as we move through the next couple of slides. All right, grants, things that you guys know. These are not new, but for those of you that are new teachers or maybe unfamiliar, we do have a series of grants, about 4 of them that you guys are eligible for as approved pathways and clusters. The first one is the Technical Assistance Grant. This is targeted at pathways and district-wide for WRAs. For those that are, maybe struggling in some areas, they have challenges. Maybe it's equipment, maybe it's getting you guys out to professional development, maybe it's just creating some new online resources or getting access to those. Whatever that might be, we invite you to come. So we'll do some data scrub. Invite you guys to come and apply. It's an application-based grant. We've awarded $250,000+ usually to a number of districts throughout the years. So that's been over the last 3 years we've done that one. One of the new ones that came out this spring, but we'll be doing it here this fall since we're in a new fiscal year, is called the Establishment Grant. So if you are a new program or you've been approved in the last 2 years, so fiscal year FY21 or fiscal year FY22, this is for you guys. And this will be an invite. We'll send you an invite to come out and to apply, but it's really to kind of get you started off on the right foot with the right equipment, the right training, those sorts of things. So this will be for clusters and pathways. It's an invite only, so you'll be watching for that email. Typically those emails go to your principal and superintendent, but we'll let you guys know as well that they have gone out and that maybe you should reach out to your district to apply for that one. It's a good grant. We gave quite a bit of money, and we'll cover who got it in ET last year, and you'll see that sometimes it's like $80,000 or so. So don't be afraid to ask for quite a bit if you apply for that one. Another one is the incentive, and this is just based on performance of your program. This is for pathways only. This one is based on your TSA, WRA participation rates. So if you have 40 kids in your capstone and only 2 take the test, you won't get invited. But if you have all your kids take the test, take the TSA that are in your capstone, and then we look at the pass rates, both the TSA and the WRA, and that's the invite that you get for that. And that's actually just an award. It's $5,000 that come to your program. You can spend it on your program for equipment or anything you can choose for added cost. You can use the incentive dollars for. The other one that we launched out this last spring was a workplace readiness incentive grant. And this is a teacher or program award based on student performance. So we look at how many kids you had involved, how many that passed the TSA, how many that passed the WRA, and then how many received all their badges in Skills Stack. This is awarded out in May, and the district can either pass this through to you as a teacher, or they can pass this through to your program. The maximum award amount for that one is $4,000. So those are some opportunities. So be watching for those. They're on our website in the portal. And those are some things that if you have questions, you can reach out to Jenny Bradford. She oversees those here in our office. Program reviews. Obviously, I won't be doing program reviews this year since I am leaving the division, but we are working through and moving on into that. So hopefully the new program manager will pick that up and start doing that. We have created a few new items. So you'll have a new process and documentation. All this information is out on our website. You can find it out there. There's a self-assessment tool, and maybe if you have to show some things for like how you're going to improve, or if your district's asking you for that, you can go out and download that document, take the self-assessment, maybe identify some areas where you're a little weak. You can use that for maybe if your district asks you to give some goals this year, you can use that to help establish those. Some of the new measures, we kind of revamped it a little bit. So these are the 8 measures that we will be looking at for your program. So program planning and promotion. How do you recruit kids to your program? Educational personnel. Are you endorsed to teach correctly? What is your professional development plans? Instruction. How do you deliver the content? What is your curriculum look like? Career development. Are you connecting to industry and providing opportunities for internships or apprenticeships or other things through your thing? Your facilities, are you teaching this in the right lab space? So do you have a good lab space? Do you have the most current industry equipment? Is your facility safe? Do you have too many kids in the facility? So those are things we'll look at there. Your partnerships and your tax. Do you have those industry partners? Are you working together with them? CTSO integration. How do you bring in those student org pieces into the pathway and helping those students develop as the leaders? And then how do you evaluate all of that and know what your kids know and know what they don't know? And then how do you go back and fix those issues? So those are the program reviews. Those are the things that we'll be looking at. Program managers will be coming and visiting. All these documents can be found on the portal. So hopefully the next guy or gal will pick up the mantle and start coming out and doing reviews and visits with you as we can get back into schools and school districts as we move forward. So performance management, just so you guys know, IC information will be, it's not always accurate, but that's how we look at stuff. So make sure that you have the right course codes and you can work with your business managers. We do have a group of districts that are kind of misaligned still. So we'll be, as program managers, reaching out to you to solve those issues. If you're misaligned or you don't have the right course codes, you miss out on grant opportunities. You could potentially miss out on funding through programmatic costs and things like that. So just make sure as your program managers will reach out to you and work with you that you get those things resolved. One way to know is you can go out these QR codes here on the slide deck, and I'll include the slide deck in an email to you guys. You can scan that QR code and it'll take you out to the sequence documents, which list all of the pathways and the courses that are approved underneath those. So those are the IC numbers. You can provide those to your business manager or whoever does your IC. The other one down below goes to the assignment manual, so you can type in and search for, search for your endorsement or your program area and see what the approved pathways are. So just work really hard at getting that fixed and making sure that you're correct in the system so that you're eligible for funding and other opportunities through the division. Assessments, just some dates for the assessments for you guys. The workplace readiness assessment It's for CTE seniors in their second CTE course and junior capstone students. The test dates are 11/1, so we've opened it up to this fall if you have fall students, fall semester, through the end of April. So make sure you get your kids in there, get the test tickets done, get them taking those assessments, technical skills assessments. Capstone students for grades 11, or for capstone students, grades 11 and 12. So don't put juniors and sophomores or sophomores and freshmen into your TSA testing tickets. The dates are in the fall from September to October, in the spring from January, from the 1st of January to the end of January, and then in the fall again. Those are pre-test dates, and in the fall, or the TSA test date goes from 11/1 to 4/29. So it goes from fall into the spring. We've noticed that there's some programs that have their capstones in the fall, so we're trying to help accommodate trimesters, fall capstone students, those sorts of things. May 13th is the last day for retakes. The district pays for the retakes if your students want to retake the exam for whatever reason or whatever opportunity they're looking for technical competency credits, those sorts of things. Resources are available on our portal, including some skill stack lesson plans on like how to get your students into skill stack and moving forward with that. Workplace readiness, there's some new course standards. There'll be some training at the Connects this next year, but we're adopting those. Those will go through the legislature this year. These standards are based on workplace readiness assessments for 2021-2022 school year. There's not a whole lot of changes, but you can scan this QR code and it'll take you out to a crosswalk document, which will show you those changes. Some of it's just language change, but not a whole lot of difference there. So it's not super difficult to integrate into your classroom. So take a look at that. Be aware that those things have changed a little bit, which will change the tests some. Hey, here's our assessment results for 2021. There's quite a bit of red here, but that's okay. We knew that this year was going to be a little bit different with COVID and virtual and non-virtual and hybrids and all these other things that were happening. So overall, we did okay. But there was a few that had some challenges, but that's okay. If you guys want full results, they'll be posted on our website. If you want your district results, you should be able to reach out through your test site coordinator. If you can't get those, reach out to our office and ask for those. Heather or Taylor could help you get those results, or at least how to get those results. They can help you with those. So as we go forward into program reviews, these will be things that we would talk about and work through. So just look at that, kind of self-identify where some students struggle and where they don't, and make plans to maybe target some of those areas that are a little bit low. Just real quick, these are our skills tag badges. You can see that we've had quite a few students getting those and getting those opportunities. This does tie into the grant and the WRI. So just be sure that we're putting those badges in and working through that. If you don't know how, reach out to Taylor here in our office and she can get you set up and get you started and help you through that process. This is kind of overall how each of the program areas is done. So ETE, good job. We're at 11%. We're not at the bottom. We're not at the top. We're kind of right in the middle. So that's good for our group. So appreciate you guys working there and continuing to give your students opportunities. Educator portal. If you guys are looking for information and resources and stuff, it is changing some. You still have to log in. You still have to create a login. There's a whole tutorial right there when you click on the educator portal. And if you go to our website, the portal is up at the top. It's a little button up at the top. You kind of have to hover over it for you to see its little lock icon, I believe. There's no more tiles. You can search for what you're looking for within there. So it's a resource catalog is what they're calling it. But you still have to create a login. So log in. You'll see the resource catalog search option. You search for like added cost funding. You can search for that and it'll pull up all the documents that have the tags for added cost funding. So you can find allowable uses. You can find the breakdown of program units to cost to funding, all those sorts of things. There's a calendar of events and it'll be a single sign-on to SkillStack. So it's making SkillStack easier, making it easier for you guys to find information. So check that out. Connect, things will be changing a little bit with Connect in the next year. There'll be 3 opportunities. There will be a survey coming out here soon to kind of see which region are you in, which one might you be attending. So we have the dates for 2022, July 13th through the 16th. It's going to be at CSI, August 3 through 6. It's going to be at CEI over in Eastern Idaho. And September 21 through 24, it's going to be up at LCSE in Lewiston. So watch for that survey. Let us know. It helps us plan what's going to happen at each of those. But there's 3 opportunities. Some opportunities for you to travel around the state, to see different areas, to see different colleges. So just be paying attention. You should be getting information. There should be information on our website as well. Just so you know, gear funding, there's some things that are going to continue on. We were able to provide ICEV and other things. So if you enrolled in ICEV, which is really good online resources for you, that's going to continue to offer to you for the 21-22 school year. So you're going to be able to continue for free if you enrolled last year when we offered it through gears funding. All accounts have to be existing and will be extended through 9/30/2022. New teachers in an existing program. So if you inherited a program that enrolled in ICEV and you're a new teacher and there's already an account, you can have access. You'll just need to work through the ICEV rep to get that taken care of. We won't be adding new accounts. This isn't for those of you who didn't participate, but this is for those who did. It is continuing if you like those resources. If you have questions, reach out to Jenny or Lucas here in our office so they can help you with some of that. Just a shout out to our programs who receive grants. We talked about the grant funding. So this is the amount of money that went out to our districts through the Building Idaho Futures Grant, through the PQI grant, through the WRI and the PQE. So you see we have quite a few PQEs. That's at establishment. So everywhere from $82,000 to $7,000. WRI, we had two groups to get there. So just work to get those. There's money for you guys sitting on the table. So don't leave it there sitting on the table as you go through this next school year. And as I said, this is my last program update for you guys as your program manager. It's been a good 6 years. I've appreciated working alongside of all of you for furthering CTE in the state of Idaho. I will send out an email with my personal email contact. I don't have my new job contact, but here in the Treasure Valley or even remotely via Zoom, I am more than willing to help you out on your tax or serve in those manners for you as an industry rep. I'll be working at Hanson Rice as the design manager, overseeing industrial design. So that's kind of where I sit for potential TAC members, and I'm more than willing to continue to serve in any capacity that I can to help you guys as you move forward in providing good opportunities for our kids in the state of Idaho. Thank you and have a great day.